Good morning, children. So, today we are going to start our 12th lesson, and its name is Reflection of Light. Okay, so what is reflection of light, children? So, whenever any light strikes an object, it scatters in all the direction and it makes it possible for us to see the object, and that is only called reflection of light. In other sense, you can say the phenomenon in which ray of light moving in a medium will return back to the same medium when it reaches another medium under some condition. This is only called reflection of light. You can see in this picture, ray of light is coming from the sun and it is reflected back from a medium, and that is only called reflection of light. Okay, now before going to the next topic, two things you need to know, that is what is incident ray and what is reflected ray. Incident ray, by the name itself we are getting what is incident in the surface. So the rays which is coming to the surface, that is called incident ray, and the rays which is striking the medium and going back to the surface, that is called reflected rays. You can see the direction of arrow in that. Whatever is coming, whatever the rays are coming, that are incident, and whatever is going back, that is called reflected rays. Okay, now our next and the very important topic is laws of reflection. So children, there are two laws of reflection. The first one is the incident ray, the normal, and the reflected rays all lies in the same plane. As you can see in this picture, all are in the same plane. And the second laws of reflection is the angle of incidence. See, the angle formed between the normal and the incident ray is called angle of incidence. The angle of incidence, that is angle I, and the angle of reflection, that is angle R, they both are equal. Okay, this is the laws of reflection. Understood? Once again I am repeating, the incident ray, the normal, and the reflected ray all lies in the same plane, and the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection always will be equal. These are very important, and these are the two laws of reflection. Children, our next topic is the types of reflection. So children, there are two types of reflection, regular and diffuse. So let me teach you all these things in details. When light rays falls on any polished plane surface, they change their direction in a well defined manner, means in a orderly way. Okay, that is reflected rays are always parallel, and this phenomenon is known as regular reflection, and the image thus formed is clear and very sharp. You can see in the first picture, the image formed is very clear, parallel, and very sharp, because when the light rays falls on the polished surface, they change their direction in a very well defined manner. On the contrary, if you will see the next image, you will see the diffuse reflection. So what is diffuse reflection? When the parallel rays falls on an unpolished or uneven surface, they too get reflected, but the reflected rays are not parallel, that is not in a well defined direction. They scattered in all the direction, and this is only called diffuse reflection or scattered reflection, and give rise to deformed and unclear picture. The two picture you can see very clearly, and I hope you have understood all these things. Regular reflection, when the light rays falls on the polished surface, it forms a clear picture, and when the light rays falls on the unpolished or uneven surface, it forms diffuse picture. So these are the two types of reflection. Now children, our next topic is lateral inversion. So you all are standing in front of the mirror and you all are seeing your image. So which hand does your image raise? Okay, whenever you are standing in front of the mirror, image formed by the word D is lateral. So this is only called lateral inversion. In lateral inversion, the left side of the object appears on the right and the right side appears on the left, as happens in the image seen in the plane mirror. Okay, so this is only called lateral inversion. Now our next topic is spherical mirrors. As you can see, this mirror is little bit round in shape. This is only called spherical mirror. Okay, have you ever tried, children, to see your face in large shiny spoon? Okay, when you see your face in a large shiny spoon or any spherical surface, your image will look little bit bigger in size. Okay, and if you reverse the side of the spoon, then the image will become little bit smaller. Okay, here the example of spoon I have given, but the spoon is acting like a spherical mirror with a curved surface. Okay, the spherical mirror is having a curved surface, and it is actually a part of a hollow glass sphere. Okay, it has two surface or faces. The inner face is called concave mirror and the outer face is called convex mirror. So I hope you understood what is concave and what is convex. The inner face of the spherical mirror is called concave mirror and the outer face of the spherical mirror is called convex mirror. Once again I want to explain you that the inner surface of the spherical mirror is silvered and reflecting, then it is called a concave mirror. Point to note here is inner side of the spherical mirror, okay, and the outer side is silver and reflecting, then it is called convex mirror. Now the picture you are showing is convex mirror and the concave mirror. The central point is pole of the mirror and the center of the sphere of which the given spherical mirror is a part is called center of the curvature. Okay, we are calling center of curvature as C. Okay, the center of curvature of a concave mirror is in front of the mirror. So children, for today till here only. In the next class of this chapter you are going to get about the laws of image formation from spherical mirror and more about that. Okay.